Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi, I'm Olivier from Off the Tourist Treadmill.
We recently discovered the wonderful city of Genova. We were on a Mediterranean cruise with World Europa, and it docked at Genova, and we were absolutely amazed. We knew nothing about this city before, and it was such a great surprise.
Yes, and the biggest surprise was we can do everything by walking.
And we like that.
We like that. So don't book any kind of walking tour with your cruise line.
No need.
Don't need. We're going to explain to you step by step where to go. So the walking tour starts when you get out of the ship. So first thing, you get out of the ship, you're going right, and here we are lucky. I don't know if you are lucky, but there is a market. It was a nice market, so you can carry on the market, and it's roughly 20 minutes to arrive to the aquarium.
So basically you're heading towards the old port, the Porto Antico. And as Olivier said, it's about a 20-minute walk, but it's a nice walk. Not like the walk in Barcelona, which is a bit boring. And if you haven't seen our other video about Barcelona from Cruise Port, make sure you watch that later. But yeah, 20-minute pleasant walk along the waterfront, plenty of things to see.
Yes, you're going to notice first the museum, Maritime Museum, and you're going to even see from your walk a submarine.
We were surprised to see a submarine in Genoa.
It's in Genova. And after you're going to carry on to...
Oh, there was that amazing pirate galleon ship.
Yes, it is.
Which is from one of Polanski's films, and for some, the galleon is still in the harbour.
So, opportunity for you to take pictures with the ships. And after that, you're going to end up to the big aquarium.
Yeah, and it's one of Europe's largest aquariums. So if you've got kids, you might want to take advantage of that. But we would say there were enormous queues when we were there. I think we were there in June. Big queues. So if you're interested in booking your tickets in advance, check out the link below, because you can buy them.
You can skip the line, buy ticket in advance if you're interested to go to the aquarium or not.
And then you won't lose too much time queuing if you want to
spend... Because if you spend 2 hours queuing, maybe it's not good.
Yeah. So the aquarium's there, and there's also a big tropical biosphere on the water there as well. So loads of things to see and do. So we recommend that you head first to the walk along the seafront. Don't miss that. There are metro stops actually, but if you take the metro, you're gonna miss out on the ambience of the waterfront, and as we said, the things you can see there. So we suggest you head out.
Yeah, the metro brings you from the dock, from the ship dock.
More or less,
more or less, and to the aquarium.
Yeah, but as we say, you'll miss the other sites along the way. So 20-minute easy walk. It's flat, and there was loads going on. So head to the Porto Antico first.
So the next step after the aquarium, you need to cross this big road, and
you go under a big bridge.
And on the bridge, on the Pala, there is some kind of street art. So we take some pictures.
It was under the bridge, under the underpass.
And you're going to arrive to the other side of this big road.
And there's a beautiful building there called the Palazzo San Giorgio, and the façade is wonderful, and there's St. George slaying the dragon on it, so don't miss having a look. And then we sort of walked behind that, didn't we?
And we found another market there.
Yeah, a little local market selling fresh produce. It was interesting to spend a few minutes there.
So from there you're going to see, just behind that, you're going to see some kind of a
porticos, the arch.
The arch, so it's like a covered street.
One of the old streets in
and
Genova.
There is restaurant there and some other stuff.
Yeah. And from there we just headed from there into the medieval part of the city, and you'll see it's like a warren of tiny streets that crisscross each other. It's like a maze of tiny narrow passageways called carrucci. And we just we love to wander. So we wandered around these, and we found some small artisan shops selling some local specialities called Piesta.
If you have if you are a little bit hungry, you can buy one.
Yeah. So Piesta is basically sort of freshly made basil, and they're on rectangular puff pastry pieces of puff pastry, and it's a local specialty. And as we said in our other videos, we like to
support the local
economy, so you might want to try.
So instead, in another video, we said instead to go to your specialty restaurant inside the boat, who are not very special. It's better to try the specialty where they are made when you are visiting the...
I think we also saw some delicious looking focaccia bread somewhere.
Yeah.
That was lovely. So basically we wandered around the back streets and we ended up at this magnificent Gothic cathedral with massive lions at the entrance. They looked a bit sad, to be honest, but their expression, they're pretty impressive, they're enormous. And this striped cathedral, it's the San Lorenzo Cathedral in the medieval part of the city. And I think we had a wander inside, didn't we? You can wander inside, it's free to enter. And then we just basically enjoyed that part of the city.
Yeah. So from the cathedral, you're going to Place de Matteotti, is correct pronunciation?
Piazza Matteotti.
Piazza Matteotti, yes, I need to speak with my hands.
It's a nice square, basically a piazza is a square. Around this square there's some beautiful buildings. I mean, one of the most impressive is probably the Palazzo Ducale. That was the Doge's palace back in days gone by. What stood out for me were the 8 interesting statues across the front. Apparently they were 8 significant people who tried to take the city of Genova but failed, and I think they came to a not very nice end. So their statues are there to remind all people not to try and take the city of Genova. Anyway, today it's an art and sort of cultural exhibition because Genova is known as being a bit of a hub for arts. It's got a big art scene. So yes.
And after this piazza, you can go to another piazza, Piazza del Ferrari, like the car, you know. And this plaza, you're going to see a magnificent fountain.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Beautiful fountain, and look, all the
buildings around there are magnificent.
Very, very nice. Yeah.
Really beautiful. And there were lots of, obviously there's tourists there, but there were loads of locals there as well, meeting, chatting, enjoying the sunshine and the fountain.
We enjoyed a very nice coffee as well on this place, and it was very lovely because...
I think it's the theatre and the opera house is there. I think the old stock exchange building is there. I think the back of the Palazzo Ducale backs onto the piazza. So magnificent space. We really enjoyed just soaking up the atmosphere there and having a bit of break. Because I have to say, we did walk 13 kilometres in Genova that day. Do you remember? It was quite a lot. Anyway, it's a good place to rest your feet and take a coffee or a glass of wine.
When you finish to relax with your coffee or your wine, whatever, you can go to take the Via Dante toward the Christopher Monument.
Christopher Columbus's house.
Columbus, yeah.
His house.
His house.
Yeah, he lived in Genova, and you can go inside and you can visit his house. And actually, there's some very interesting cloisters. Don't miss those. Just next door.
Just next door, yeah.
And then you walk a little bit further on, and you'll stumble across the old gates into the medieval city.
So there's 2 big towers with a gate. It's very nice. We took a very nice picture there as well.
Porta Soprano, they are called. And we walked through the gates because we were intrigued where they led, and we found ourselves back in the medieval city. We kind of done a little loop round, but we basically navigated ourselves back to the Piazza De Ferrari in the little in the Carugi, in the narrow streets, and it was lovely. We found some nice artisan ice cream shops.
Yes, you like that?
Like an ice cream. So yeah, that was nice. So we recommend you find the old city walls there and the gates, and you can just do another little explore into the old city.
Now, a little bit hidden gem. We're going to tell you how to find the best view of the city. So for that, you need to go to the
Piazza de Portello at the back towards the back of the city, and hidden. And you do have to look for it. Hidden in the corner.
There is a lift.
And it's incredible. You walk inside, and there's this amazing sort of tunnel with tile tunnel carved into the rock.
Very well done.
And at the end of it, there's this amazing Art Nouveau lift that takes you up, doesn't it? It's sort of carved in the rock face behind Genova. And we couldn't believe it, could we?
No, it was a very good experience. So you're going up, and when you're going to be on the top, you're going to have amazing view of Genova.
There's a massive terrace, basically, and you can take photos, but all of Genova is at your feet, basically. And you can see the cruise ship as well, docked. Still looking enormous, magnificent views from up there, so we highly recommend. And it's really quiet, actually. It's quite quiet there, and it's a nice residential area. There's some beautiful buildings with amazing facades up there, so it's well worth a little detour, in our opinion, to go there.
Worth.
Definitely worth it.
Definitely worth it. So when you finish to take your lovely pictures of Genova, you can go down by the same lift and go toward the Via Garibaldi.
Yeah, and this, we were stunned. It is a road lined with the most beautiful palaces. They're called the Rolli palaces, and they were for the Genovese nobles back in the day. And it was such a nice, it was quite busy, but it was such a nice atmosphere, people playing string music.
And at the beginning of the road, there is a map, if I remember well.
Yes.
There is a map with number of houses.
Yeah.
And they're telling you which one it is.
Yeah. So we went, some of them are museums now, some you can get in for free to visit, because we personally like doing things for free when we visit a city as much as we can. But we went into the Palazzo Tosi, and I think it had like a lovely pink part inside, and there were like magnificent staircases and arches.
We climb on the staircase.
Yeah, really beautiful, like hidden. Not only do you have a beautiful facade, then you go in and you can see how magnificent these buildings would have been. For these nobles who once lived in them. So yeah, the Via Garibaldi. I don't think you can go to Genova without missing. I think there's 42 palaces at least in Genova that are UNESCO World Heritage Sites. So
good point. They are all on the same street.
Yeah, no,
you can't miss it.
But really, really worth visiting.
So if you like us, it's the time now to put the thumb up, because that is mean a lot for us.
We really appreciate it. If you'll put the thumbs up for our video.
And if you want to have
more content like this,
subscribe as well. It was very nice. And thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah. So now, when you finish your Via Garibaldi, you can, if you look in the map, you are almost, we did a book, you know?
A loop.
A loop. And it's time now to go back to the front, seafront. Yeah. So you're going across this road, you're going to arrive seafront again.
Yeah.
And you can make your way back to your ship on time.
Yep.
So it's depending how many hours you are on land. We have 8 hours.
We had 8 hours, and we managed to see so much in that 8 hours. We walked 13 kilometers, as I said earlier, and we feel like we got a good taste of.
So if you want to visit something else after if you have time, there is a funicular as well.
Yes,
there is a funicular. So we try it. But we don't know exactly where it's going to go.
So we hopped off quickly at one station.
The experience was good because we took the funicular and we did 2 stations. It was carry on. So
as a bonus, if you fancy doing that, but just keep an eye on your watch. We were looking at our watch saying, it's a bit tight, so to get back on the ship. So yeah, it's nice. It was fun to do it. We had a quick up, down.
So there is plenty of things to do if you want to expand this visit. But for us, it was time to go back.
Yeah. And, so we made our way back to the ship, and we've got some great memories from our day in
Genova.
In the cruise port of Genova.
I was very surprised with Genova. I didn't know it was so nice.
Yeah. Right. So we had a wonderful day in the cruise port of Genova, and we hope you do too. And we'll see you next time. Bye.